For this project, you'll need scissors or a rotary blade, scrap cardboard for a seam guide, a straight edge ruler, batting, interfacing, and 3 buttons. Cut out all your pieces. We're basing our measurements on the blog post linked below. Start by sewing your straps. Take one of the 7" by 4.5" long pieces and fold in half with the right sides together. Pin and sew along the long side. Now turn the strap right side out and press. Fold in the edges on one of the short sides and pin it closed. Top stitch along the 3 sides. Now we're going to sew a buttonhole about a 1/2 inch in from the edge that we just sewed closed. You can set the 3 straps aside for now. To sew the backing, take the largest piece that measures 30 inches by 30 inches and fold it in half so that it's 30 inches long and 15 inches wide. You'll want to cut a piece of batting to the same size. Now take the straps that we've just set aside and tuck them in between the right sides of the fabric that we just folded. You'll want to space them at even intervals and pin them in place. Now take your batting piece and place that on top of the wrong side of the back piece and pin everything together. Sew along the 3 sides, leaving a 3-inch opening. Turn the piece right side out and hand stitch the opening closed. For this next part, we'll be making our patch pockets. For each piece, we'll want to have a piece of interfacing that's 3/4 inches shorter and 1/2 inch less wide than each pocket. To apply the interfacing, submerge it in a bowl of water and squeeze out the excess. Placing it with the tacky side down on the wrong side of the pocket piece, iron it into place. Using the seam guide, fold and press the top edge down by a 1/2 inch and top stitch it at 5/8 of an inch. Use the seam guide again to fold each of the sides in by 1/4 of an inch and the bottom up by 1/4 of an inch. Press each side into place. Repeat these steps for each of the pocket pieces. Now that we have all our pockets prepped and ready to go, take all of your pieces and arrange them on the backing that we finished previously. Once they're in a configuration that you like, pin them into place. Stitch each down at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance along the sides and the bottom. For the bottom pocket, I'm going to be dividing it into 3 parts. So I'm going to measure so that I know each section's equal, and my cheat is to put a piece of tape down so that I don't have to mark it with like a pencil or anything. It's not going to leave any marks. And then I'm just going to stitch starting from the bottom of the pocket and working my way to the top in a straight line. Now we're going to sew on our buttons. Fold each of your straps down and mark where you'd like to sew your button. Hand stitch each of your buttons into place. And with that, we're done with our craft organizer. Now you can take all of your sewing tools and essentials and put them on display in your craft space. Thanks so much for following along. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more sewing projects.